Good morning, Crow fam. It's CryptoDanny420 recording at 8 a.m. Eastern on today's January 12th, 2022, I think. Yeah, we're still at 2022. I'm just here to, give you my sort of insights on what's going on in the market today. And in this video, I'm going to touch up on a few other things. I want to touch up on anybody that is new to crypto. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about NFTs a little bit. And then if we have some time, I do want to dive into the Loaded Lions collection. But first, let's go into a market update, because anybody that just wants to be here to just hear that part of the segment, you could hear it and then you could bounce if you need to. So when I checked at 8 a.m. on Bitcoin, that's the one that kind of leads everything, was at about 43K. So that's cool. That's a good sign. Another thing that I looked at today was our total market volume, which was up a bit. We're at 2.15 trillion US dollars right now, which is a little bit up from yesterday, which is a good sign. So we're not it just shows that we're not bleeding out right now in the market, which is good. The other thing I looked at today was our DWEI. It was at 105 today, which is good. If you have assets that you need to move around, that's kind of like our native gas fee. So like if you have anything that's like on that Ethereum network, and it's an asset, it might be a good time to move it around. But like if you don't need to, like I'm sure that value will go down too, so it will get cheaper in the long run. I do apologize I just noticed I'm wearing one of my shirts, and like it's totally not like a Crow fam shirt, but like, I like to show love to like a little bit of everyone, but I do love Crow a lot more than I like the other guys right now. So let's just go with that. Yeah, so like my thoughts on this crypto market right now, when I look at the BTC charts, the Bitcoin charts, I'm seeing an inverse head and shoulders formation there, which is a sign that it's a bear signal. So like it's a sign that the market, there's a chance that it could still bleed out a bit more. The other thing that I noticed in that same chart was that same inverse head and shoulders could be interpreted as a cup and handle forming. So that's like a bearish signal, or not a bearish, that's a bullish signal. That's a good thing. So like if that happens, great. The key thing that I do want to highlight here is that a support level for Bitcoin was that 40K to 42K. We're at 43K now, so that's good. If we do drop below 40K, I do have some concerns, but as long as like we're above that 42, 43 is great. If we could continue to climb, even better. Hopefully that 40 to 42 was our support zone, and now we just get that bounce and we could just kind of move up. When it comes to NFTs, like it's still such a new topic for us. Like we're not even a year into it really yet. Like it's my opinion that the NFT market right now is just going through a little macro bear cycle, if you will. Like there is not a lot of money or new liquid coming in, but that's also a reflection of the current crypto market. As more money comes into the crypto market, it eventually trickles down into that NFT market. So when it comes to NFTs, it's a good time to just buy them, like scout out the ones that you want to buy them and hold them, because like they're getting big. Like it's something you're going to want to have in your portfolio. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the market update today. I'm going to move on to the next part of the video, which is for people that are new to crypto. Anybody that's new to crypto, you're going to want to listen to this. And like, I'm just going to give you a couple of tips and strategies that might help you understand what you're going through when it comes to that mental aspect of the game, or how you might be feeling emotionally inside. So there's this thing in the crypto market, or like not just necessarily specific to the crypto market, but just like any market in general, It's just the psychology of the market cycle. It's an 11 stage process, basically. The best way to describe it is there are 11 emotions attached into it, and I'm going to kind of dive into them a little bit here. And I'm sure we could all relate to them. So the first one, so the first one is disbelief, right? So like as you're climbing up a hill, like imagine you're climbing up a hill, right? Like the first stage would be that sort of disbelief, like you kind of like don't believe it's happening, but it could happen. The next stage as you climb up becomes hope. So like you're now hopeful, like it's happening, like you moved up into that like next stage. Now all of a sudden you move into that third stage of emotions. It's your optimism. You're like, yeah, okay, this is good. It's gonna happen. And then 4, belief. Boom, it's happening. Then 5 hits, you got that thrill. You're excited. And then all of a sudden you're at the top. You hit number 6. That's your euphoria. That's when you like nothing could touch you. You feel like you could just print money. Like the world is yours. Eventually you do come down from 6, and that's just the psychology of the market cycle. And as you come down, you're going to go through these emotions here. There's anxiety, where you feel stressed, you feel like your gut's like shrinking, like you just feel like you have that ball of nervous energy in there. And then you're going to go through that denial, like you're like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. Like I just invested like $1,000 and now all of a sudden it's down to like 400. I lost 600. I got to get out. So boom, all of a sudden you're in stage 9. You got panic. You're like, oh crap. And then that leads to anger. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. They sell stuff in anger because they're in a part of the market cycle which doesn't favor them. So that leads to our last stage, which is depression, which is often it's not a good thing for people. When you're going through depression, like, I just feel bad for people in that stage, and you just need to have outlets. Like exercise is a good way, art's a good way to kind of like just decompress. But yeah, you go through those stages, and like I just feel as a new trader, it's very important to be able to identify those stages and understand those emotions, because when you're able to separate those emotions from trading, I feel like that's what makes you a successful trader, because you can't trade with emotions. You have to just trade with that gut instinct and just go with it, and don't listen to what other people tell you. Do your research, find projects that you believe in, and go with them. Go with your gut. If it's telling you, do it. And only like, it's a gamble. It's obviously a gamble. It's always going to be a gamble, right? So like only ever risk what you're willing to lose. Don't compromise anything else. Like it's not worth it. Now, moving forward, another tip, I would look at exit strategies. When you go into it, when you decide to invest something, make sure that you have a plan to get out. Don't improvise on the go, because you're going to make mistakes. And nobody is perfect. Nobody's ever going to nail the top of the market, and nobody's ever going to hit the bottom of that market. So just make sure you plan that exit strategy beforehand. And just sort of like lastly, for anybody that's new to trading, I want to talk a little bit about hype and FOMO. FOMO is just the fear of missing out. If you're hearing about a project that's hyped up, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time, that project is gonna dump as soon as you invest into it, because as soon as you hear that hype, you've already missed out. Like you've missed out on that train, and like you're chasing that FOMO, and that's where a lot of people make mistakes. Like I've seen it recently with Dogcoin, and I've seen it recently with a couple of other coins that have surfaced in the market. I'm not going to name names because like they are good projects, and like right now a lot of like these projects are down. It's just a reflection of Bitcoin being down. The money will come back. Bitcoin leads the market. It's basically our leader. Sometimes what I'll see is I'll see people talking about Shiba. I'm going to use Shiba as an example because I actually invested a trade bag into Shiba this year, and my thought process with that is that it's new liquid coming in. I'm going to use it. And as Shiba goes parabolic, because I do feel like it's going to lead the way in our bull run, I'm going to find a way to move it lateral and just kind of keep it moving forward with that trade bag. It's not necessarily to accumulate just necessarily Shiba. It's just kind of going with a gut feeling here of what I think is going to be good. Yeah, so just like I said, make sure you have exit strategies. Like, you got that hype, you got that FOMO. We're going to move on. I think I talked enough about new training, or like anybody that's new to crypto or NFTs there. And yeah, so I just kind of want to touch up on the loaded lines first. I have a little bit of time left here, so I'm going to touch up on the loaded lines, and then we'll end it off for today and maybe pick it up another day with a couple of other topics that I want to discuss. But the loaded lines, it's an interesting project. It's an NFT project. The reason why I want to talk about this project is because it's a project that's exclusive to crypto.com. It's a PFP project, which means it's a profile picture project. There's 10,000 of them. Each one of them are randomly generated. They all have unique characteristics and traits. But the cool thing about them is that like there's an evolving utility that is constantly being, I guess, developed as we go with these loaded lines. The other cool thing about this NFT project that I'm very bullish on is it's one of the only NFT projects that I know of right now that's attached to a crypto asset that is trying to mainstream the assets. So you're having now celebrities come in that are wanting these loaded lines. There's only 10,000 of them. So as time goes on, there's going to be some that get destroyed. There's going to be some that get lost. So like they're going to become rare. The reason why I do want to collect these loaded lines myself is because I'm going to be dating myself here a little bit, but I come from a time where like I had that first generation alpha magic card, that Black Lotus. Sorry, forgive me for a sec. That Black Lotus magic card, the alpha generation one. And I do remember at the time, it was valued at about $300, and I ended up selling it for, I guess, about like $250 or so because, you know, all of a sudden Pokemon cards came out and I wanted those. So I sold my Black Lotus. I got some Pokemon cards, and, you know, like, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was in one of those packs because, like, that was a long time ago. But I did pull one of those Charizard cards, like a first generation Charizard card. And I just remember being so happy at the time, just being able to like have that card as a kid, that I guess like the inner trader in me wanted to move that card for whatever reason. So at the time, I guess the value was $40, believe it or not, $40 for a Charizard card. I look back now and I'm thinking like, wow, I'm an idiot. But like, anyway, I sold that card for like $40, and like the kid in me is just thinking like, whoa, $40, like I could buy another 10 booster packs, yo, Pokemon, gotta catch them all, right? Like, so yeah, you know, I did that, and now I look back at it and just like, okay, you know, I made mistakes, but like I don't regret it because at the time it seemed like it was the right choice for me. But that being said, and how I want to kind of tie that into like the NFTs right now is we just finished 2001. And all those 2001 NFTs that we have, they're all first generation NFTs. I'm not necessarily saying that they're all gonna like be the Black Lotus or that Charizard card, but what I am saying is that they are first generation NFTs, meaning that there is that value to it in itself. And the other thing is like, you just kind of think about it. You know, when it comes to like that Black Lotus card and the Charizard card, like they were like, I guess kind of like mass produced. Like there's definitely more than 10,000 of them. NFTs, like there's only 10,000 of these like loaded lines. That's not a lot. There's a lot of people in this world. There's 7 billion people at least in this world that are, you know, and like, even 1% of those people want a loaded line, that's good. So, you buy one of these loaded lines now. The floor price is what, about 3,000, I want to say right now. It's the way I see it is just like, you're buying a Bitcoin basically for like 2,000, 3,000 bucks, 4,000 bucks, whatever it is. If you hold it for like 4, 5 years, whatever it might be, maybe less, who knows how the NFT market's gonna go. But like, we'll see. We're gonna have to see once we get a little bit of a bull run going with this loaded lines again, and just kind of evaluate it then. But yeah, I'm very bullish on this project. I'm very excited to see where it goes. The staff behind it, they're very good. They do answer the community questions, which I do appreciate. But that's it for today. So I'm going to close off. I don't want to drag this out too much longer. So I do apologize that this went longer than I had anticipated. But I do want to thank you guys for watching this video once again. And I do have an NFT shop at crypto.com NFT. My profile name is Dan Fin, DANVIN. You can check it out. There's a lot of cool things in there. Feel free to support my shop. I do appreciate it. If you can't support my shop, that's cool too. Other cool things that I like to do is just, pay it forward, go out, give someone, like a homeless person, 20 bucks, maybe pay for someone's coffee. Just pay it forward. Or if you do support my shop, like, I just find ways to get it back into the community and just pay it forward myself. So let's just stay good to each other and stay safe in these times, and like stay supportive, and help somebody out if you can. Other than that, take care, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.